Can I play a little video for you?
Sure. How are we going to watch a video?
We're still making decisions about what will be on the record, but that is a metric track that rocks. We're all going to be doing our thing right next to each other, so we can either be really competitive and enemies, or we can create a community.
Alexis on fire.
Papa Roach, Wolf Mother, Chris Cornell, Fall Out Boy,
Lily Allen,
Korn,
Deftones.
and you're watching the Adlercast.
So the summer of 2008 will always be remembered as the very first year they did the Pemberton Music Festival in Pemberton, British Columbia, Canada. It's about 30 minutes out of Whistler Mountain. I'm sure you've heard of it. 2010 Olympics is going to be there, lots of other stuff. Anyway, amazing festival. Over 45,000 people showed up for it, myself included. And the band that we talked to on Adlercast today will always be remembered as the very first band to open the main stage on the very first Pemberton Music Festival. It's going to be a yearly thing. My name is Brian Adler, and today we've got Emily and Jimmy from the band Metric at the Pemberton Music Festival on the Adlercast. How's it going, guys? How's Pemberton treating you?
Really, really well.
Yeah, really great. We just got to meet one of the organizers, and he is saying, you know, it'll always be remembered that we opened the festival, which is a great feeling and a total honor. The crowd was amazing, really beautiful scenery, like the best of Canada. It was really great.
It's not bad.
Really cool.
I got to ask you about the new record. Where's it at? What's going on? When are we going to hear something? Tell us where we're at here.
Pretty soon. We're feeling really excited about it, and there'll be more news coming up. But I can tell you that it sounds like a Fleetwood Mac playing dance rock.
I've heard that there's a tribute to Freddie Mercury song on the record. Is that true?
We play live a song sometimes. We did it in the fall last year called Freddie Mercury, and we're still making decisions about what will be on the record, but that is a metric track that rocks.
Okay, so it may be on this one, it may be on the next one kind of thing?
Or more like Freddie Mercury rules forever.
What is it? Tell me about Freddie. What is it about him that you connect with?
Well, wasn't it, I think it started that I think we were working on this song, had this idea about sheep in space, and then we went to work at a place called Bear Creek in Seattle, where, why was it that they had the original tapes?
They just had some original tracks, and we were able to pull some stuff up on the console.
Where we could hear,
and,
like,
listen to individual tracks and stuff like that.
Like hear Freddie's, like hear the vocals, like just on their own, and just, I don't know, really appreciating those bands that are so strong and clear about who they are from the beginning, and then have this lasting effect. Like, is there a better song than Under Pressure? I don't know.
I don't know. Is there a better frontman than Freddie Mercury?
I don't know. I don't think so. You know,
I could do some research and get back to you, but off the top of my head,
we just heard recently that there's going to be a movie made about Queen, and that Sacha Baron Cohen is going to play Freddie Mercury. So how amazing!
It's really exciting.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You got to get that song on the soundtrack.
Maybe we do. Maybe maybe that's where it's meant to live.
Okay, please excuse this interruption. Today, edit day is September the 1st, 2008. We do not have official confirmation on the Queen biopic, but rumors on the internet have it as either Freddie Mercury being played by Sacha Baron Cohen or Johnny Depp. Who would you rather see there? I don't know. Robert De Niro apparently is going to be paying for the thing. That's all we know so far. Back to the interview.
Talk to me about writing the perfect song to you. Do you need to be inspired by something, or can you sit down and kind of inspire yourself when it's, you know, time to go to work?
You know what? For me anyway, I don't feel like there's a method. I feel like sometimes you're totally inspired and you write the worst thing you've ever written, and sometimes you're totally bored and you have nothing. You don't feel like doing it, and then you do it, and it's the best thing you've ever done. Sometimes it's the opposite. It's just the only way to ever write great stuff is to keep writing.
Yeah, I definitely say for me, we're probably a bit different, because you're more inclined to just write music, and I'm always writing lyrics. And for me, I just have to spend time. Like when I went to Argentina, it was like, I'm not here to write, I'm here to live, and then I write. And that's a good mandate for, you know, your life. It terrifies me to imagine not being inspired to be alive, you know, like, and I've definitely, everyone's has those days where you're like, is this cool, you know?
Well,
like,
it can be difficult when you become a professional creator, though, because now it's not just something you're doing in your spare time for fun. People are counting on you to deliver, right?
Yeah, and we've talked about this a lot within the band in the last little while, of just, you know, why the decisions we've made and the path that we've made for ourselves is we're pretty protected from that. And anytime we feel like we're crossing the line into it turning into something that's about like doing things just for money, or feeling like it's like a job, you know, I feel like being a musician is a job, but it's a great job. I want to work, and I like what I do with my life, but we really don't have any aspect of our career that forces us to do anything that we don't want to do. I feel for people who, there's a great, actually, Cat Power song, that one, it's on You Are Free. What is that song? Going you've been around? I don't blame you, you never owed it to them. I don't blame you. It's a really good song of just like people being trapped in the persona that they create and like. Anyway, I don't think we're gonna have that problem because the four of us like to hang out and travel, and nobody owns us, so.
Are you big planners for the future? Do you think you can control your future?
It's been a mandate of ours since the beginning to always just really just try and create exactly what we wanted out of our lives. That kind of longevity is so rare, even for that time, that now it's like you can do it forever, but there hasn't been an icon like those guys in decades.